Nope, looks like they're going to be switching to their actual picks here. It is going to be the Spectre Knight for Boomie and the Asuri for Wrenched.
Now all I'm saying is, I don't remember which lane it was after. It might have been after final round, but I was talking to Creed, Boomie's official coach, and I was saying, you got to do something different. You can't just like, oh, I'll find more information on Sandstorm and figure out how to beat him. Like, no. You need to do something absolutely different. I don't know if Nyx is the pick. I don't know if playing Scythe is the pick. It might be. I don't know if playing Nyx is the pick. It might be. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I also had a conversation with part of the Creed, and I was like, hey, do you have a plan for Sandstorm? And of course, Creed likes to keep things very close to his chest on the off chance that sometime that I come up here and I say, Boomie, he's just going to absolutely destroy Sandstorm by doing X, Y, and Z. But I do remember Creed being kind of like, you know, everything that I know about Sandstorm, it might just fly out the window. Sandstorm, he's weird. He does not play like your standard Brawlhalla player.
Boomie controlling the stage right now, expecting the high recovery. And Wrench actually did recover high, so he's looking into the future just a little bit. Didn't quite have the timing. He was kind of like That's So Raven, where you see like a glimpse into the future, but you don't know exactly what it is. Yeah. You get just this sort of gray picture of the future.
Ooh, both of them dodging, but Boomie able to move, avoid the ground pound. An uncharacteristic drop from Boomie, missing that ground pound there. That would have been massive. Not quite enough to finish, because Wrenched isn't in that kill percent just yet, but still.
I think it was just the positioning that the D-Light hit at, but it's interesting to go for 2 D-Light ground pounds. You don't usually see that. I feel like in my brain I get flashes of maybe Noel doing that, but aside from that, I don't see anyone really going for
Sandstorm will do it on stage.
That's true.
But off stage like that, very rare to see. The down air, he dodges up, does not get the wall touch, and unfortunately couldn't get a hit for a chase dodge, and that means Wrenched is going to take the stock advantage.
He's going for the Katars here. He had the option to stick with the sword, chose to throw that up, pick up the Katars again. There's the side light, neutral light, just waiting.
Recovery.
Oh, that's done.
You got to be careful about challenging Boomie that high in the sky, because those recoveries will kill. Now, the last time Boomie and Wrenched fought, Wrenched was on this Asuri, and one of the biggest pitfalls was Boomie kept trying to ground pound Wrenched off stage.
Yes.
You're seeing here in game 1 of this best of 5 and winners finals, Boomie really not trying to play that off stage game against Wrenched.
There's the nair. It's going to spike down just a little bit. Not a lot of force on it. It's more used for putting your opponent in a bad position that then you can find the kill move on. Here comes the dodge.
Into the recovery. Nice hit. That side air saved his life. That side stick was coming for his face.
Now Wrench with a pretty sizable lead here. There's the side air from Boomie, just trying to poke that lead a little bit away. There's the neutral light. Tries to go for the nair read the other side. There's the ground pound.
Down
There's
air.
the dare. Tries to follow up with the side air.
That weapon toss.
Putting Boomie in a less than favorable position, but that disarmed Wrench, so he had to get back to the main platform. He didn't want to fight at that weapon disadvantage. Is he going to throw this sword away? Tries to go for the recovery as Boomie is falling down onto that weapon spawn.
Air from Wrenched gives him that stage control over Boomie. Goes for the weapon toss again. Boomie with a weapon toss of his own.
Boomie utilizing weapon tosses, it seems more than normal. Just using that to break up neutral a little bit, interrupt his opponent a little bit. Wrench completely disengaging from that, being there just in case Boomie was going to find some option to get back, but far enough away that if that option wasn't there, he wasn't going to get the chase dodge on hit. Immediately waking up with that side signature. Has sort of an interesting range. A lot of side signatures on blasters, I think, are somewhat close. That one's sort of mid and then long range.
Yeah.
That first shot comes out, like, you have to know where that is.
I love the patience from Boomie there. When you respawn, you have the iframes, and Wrench was expecting him to completely throw away his iframes for the weapon pickup. Boomie just waited, saw that signature come across his face, then he goes for the pickup, immediate signature to punish and even up the stocks. Now he's in the lead.
Ooh, side light gets the dare read, following with the side air.
Throws out the neutral signature, Wrenched unarmed off stage, but Boomie not going to challenge him. Again, playing a little bit safer. Down sig!
Oh. Boomie's going to take that game. You're hearing the Asuri locked in. Boomie, what are you listening to? Boomie, Boomie.
Boomie, what are you listening
Boomie,
to?
what are you listening to?
Boomie, what are you listening to?
Hermison, help me out.
Hi.
That's not helping me out.
Is he telling a ghost story?
Help me out
Is
by
that
figuring
just
out what
happened
Boomie's
there?
listening to. All right.
Thanks, Hermison. You're a real homie. Good job. Really appreciate it.
You know that look that we've seen on Boomie's face so many times, that just dead stare, focused 100% on that screen.
Going right back to Mammoth. Boomie versus Wrenched. Game 2 here. Boomie able to close out game 1. With some fantastic blasters play, really.
Because this is winners finals, of course, it's best of 5, but also both these players guarantee top 3.
He's fighting his way back, throws out the recovery, goes for an odd nair read, but he does get the wall touch. Wrench getting so much damage now over Boomie. Boomie's going to go off stage.
I think with that nair, Wrench knew he wasn't going to be able to find a kill option there, so he just wanted that little bit of extra damage so that he could have that bigger damage lead against Boomie. There's the side light into the down light, going for the kill option here rather than just the true combo of the side light into the in light, going for the side light D-light turnaround recovery.
Both of them in the weapon tosses, but Wrench just close enough to pick up his Katars. Trying to deny that weapon pickup with that weapon toss. Goes off stage. Just stacked enough to avoid these down airs and nairs from Boomie. Lots of neutral sigs. Boomie's trying to finish the stock. You see the signatures coming out.
Now, what he did with the neutral sig, side sig, was he covered, he was maybe doing a little bit of conditioning. Like, okay, here's my neutral sig. Maybe that'll hit. Here's the second neutral sig. If you're on the ground, you should probably stay on the ground because I might throw out another neutral signature. So he throws the side signature, which if you're on the ground, you're going to get scooped up in it. Even if you're in the air as well, expecting not another neutral signature, it has that upward scoop, that tip of that scoop that can still hit an aerial opponent.
Oh, Boomie really trying to finish this stock, though. You see all these signatures coming out from Boomie. That was a spot dodge. Wrench was looking for the neutral signature of his own, that dunk down. Recovery? Not enough.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be the one.
Usually, if your opponent is in red, if you hit them at the level of the stage or higher, you kill your opponent.
Goes for the weapon toss. Boomie with a gravity cancel sign light finishes the stock and plants the flag. Boomie, he's really cleaned up his offstage. It's not just the raw ground pound that gets hard punished by Wrench. Instead, he's changing up the angles, going in from sides, getting these diagonals with the scythe.
And I think that also has to do with specifically he's playing Scythe off
which
stage.
lets him do those.
Extremely strong offstage weapon. Blasters don't give you as much control on the edge as Scythe do. Even Bo, when he played Diana, doesn't have as much control off stage. It has like some hard hitting moves, like if you get a panic jump with a dare or hitting a ground pound in orange. Oh, that ground pound is going to stuff his jumps back. Wrench sitting on a solid lead right now, only about halfway through this second stock.
This is pretty significant for Wrench, and he's widening it already, getting him into the yellow once more. And we saw how difficult it was for Boomie to finish off that first stock of Wrench. If that happens again here on Wrench's second stock, that is going to be trouble for Boomie. Recovery? Not enough.
Man.
Yo, what's Nick's strength? Is that like 2?
I don't remember what stance Boomie's playing either.
Full stock lead for Wrench right now.
You see Boomie trying to poke him out of the air.
Down air.
Trying to point that disco finger. Ooh, D-like ground pound. There he goes. It's going to even up the stocks. But Boomie's really, really far behind at this point. And stripping the field is very important. That's going to limit the kill potential, limit the damage output. Wrench able to pick up the sword very quickly. There's the side air. Is there going to be a weapon toss, or is Wrench just going to hold on to his weapon? Goes for the ground pound again.
Boomie burning a lot here. He's got no jumps.
There's the dodge. He's almost gonna get it. Using that dodge early, it comes off of cooldown. He was able to use it again.
We're hearing the swap. You can see that big hat on your screen.
Lucian. Not the biggest hat, though.
No, not the biggest hat, but it is a relatively large hat. It is going to be a Lucian coming out from Boomie, switching it up, sticking with the blasters, but now he'll have Katars to contest against Wrench's Katars.
For everyone at home that doesn't know, the biggest hat that Lucian has is on the Revolution skin. Is it bicorn? That's what that is, right? I think it's a bicorn.
Isn't it a tricorn?
No, tricorn is the standard skin.
One.
Tricorn is the standard skin, because I think corn is like point, like horn.
I don't know how many
so
points
it has
the biggest hat one is.
1, 2, 3. The biggest
Yeah.
hat is like the French hat.
Oh.
So I think it has 2 points. I think it's
And
called
is that biggest in height or biggest in width?
Surface
or biggest
area.
Oh,
viewable
pixel?
surface area in the game.
Okay.
And I have tested it.
Yeah. Opened it up in Photoshop yourself.
Yeah. Well, not Photoshop. I'm not a professional.
Opened it up in Paint 3D yourself.
Paint.net. Paint.net.
Really trying to help you out here. Recovery from Boomie.
Oh, he killed with a nair off the top. What in the
Second
world?
blast. Chase dodge to follow it and hit the second blast of the nair.
That's how high he hit that recovery.
There's not a lot of force on the nair.
Oh my gosh. That recovery must have been just like literally pixels away from killing. I don't know, the amount of times I've seen somebody gimp off the top with a nair. I've seen nairs be a part of it, but I've never seen a nair actually gimp off the top. And Wrenched, not even phased by that. He's going to even it up
right back in
immediately,
That sword
taking
side
next to
signature.
no damage.
Wrench is one of the few Suri players out there that uses sword side signature differently. A lot of times you'll see people do it like long range, just running at the screen, trying to just scare the opponent.
Yeah.
Wrench will do it kind of just like in mid-screen. They'll slide charge it, really mix you up with it.
And this guitar mirror, it truly is a mirror, because they have basically the same damage on each other's stocks at this point.
Just trading blow for blow. Now we're seeing Boomie switch over to the blasters against Wrenched. Maybe wants a little bit faster damage build or wants that potential recovery into the nair for the finisher.
Nice falling dare, tries to get the chase dodge side air.
Down air, doesn't go for a follow-up side light, instead tries to see how Boomie's going to react out of it.
Wrenched to aerial right now to fall into those down lights from Boomie. So even on damage, and they're back to the guitar mirror.
Trying to get a spiking there.
They both have like the exact same ideas of what to do on the edge. One side airing right after the other, the recovery at the same time, almost dodging at the same time. But Wrenched is going to just eke out a lead at this point.
But Wrench getting that recovery. Here comes Boomie with the blasters. Can he finish this stock off? Throwing out 2 down signatures, but lots of recovery frames on the tail end of that. So Wrench able to sneak in, steal that weapon.
Wrenched with the immediate punish, bumps his head just a little bit, but doesn't panic. He knows he still had a favorable position on Boomie at that point. This is going to take everything to get back. You see Boomie with that high movement speed on Lucian is going to rotate as fast as he can, uses the side air, bouncing Wrenched off the wall. Falling side air misses. Both players back on the main stage. Wrenched still holding on to a second stock. The neutral sig from Boomie misses. Wrenched punishes with the side air, building up more damage. Boomie just standing there. The backside of the down signature almost clipping Wrenched.
This is close. Wrenched. Well, not close. It's Wrenched winding the gap is what I meant to say. He's just doing such a good job of getting this damage onto Boomie. Boomie so close to finishing that stock off of Wrenched. Goes for the falling nair. Recovery. Weapon toss again.
He gets dodged through by Wrenched, going with a raw neutral signature read, wanting to finish this game up right now, chasing, running as fast as he can after
recovery.
Boomie picks up the recovery. That one
low.
does kill, even with the low force and how low that was. That's how much damage he had to put out on Wrenched stock to take it. A little bit of kill inefficiency there. A lot of good positioning coming out from Wrenched.
Ooh. Downlights there.
Boomie using the dare to get back to the platform.
I like the nair as he moves away, tries to fade away, hit Wrenched with something on his way out. Just barely avoids down sig, but can't punish. Boomie going for the offstage, chase dodge up, goes for a Sair.
Pressure mounting on both of these players. Wrenched knowing it takes 1 or 2 more good hits. Boomie knowing he has to put out so much damage onto Wrenched. It's going to be Wrenched going up 2-1 in this set. Does Boomie swap? You see Creed going to the stage right now.
Here comes the coach. He had to wait for the timer to start. Now he's looking at Boomie. He's like, here's what you need to do. Don't do whatever you just did. Do what I'm telling you to do.
Is he going to swap characters? Will it be a new character? Will he go back to the Knicks?
Is Creed's hair the same color as his shirt?
Oh, God.
Like
It is.
Did he try to match like?
I think it is the same color.
Yeah, that's fashion. He's fashion forward. That's the new meta.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when bald people go to the beach and take their shirts off, they're
matching.
They're top matches their hair.
It's important. Here at Daytona.
Has he locked in the Knicks yet? I don't know.
Yeah, he did that game 1.
No, but I mean, like physically on this screen, is that the locked-in pose? It
Oh,
is. Okay.
yeah.
I couldn't remember if he was just hovering or if that was the actual locked-in pose of Knicks. So he is swapping back to the Knicks. Of course, Wrench staying on this Asuri. That's a different color, right? I don't think he played black and red before.
Yeah, I don't think he was doing this one now. Maybe wants to be a little bit of a similar color scheme to what Boomie's running right now.
Or maybe he just wants to show Boomie that he's a gamer.
He gets level 25 at least on his Asuri.
Sporting black and red, the true gamer colors.
Ooh, goes for the ground pound follow-up. Wrenched with a turnaround. Ooh, barely misses the dunk. Yeah, that would have been big.
So sick. His dodge still came up off of cooldown. It seems like really quickly.
That was scary.
So because Boomie lost last game, he bans down, leaving Shipwreck open.
And Wrench picks
it. And Wrench picked this map, which is interesting because Wrench off stage is good, but Boomie's Scythe off stage is extremely good as well.
You saw him actually go for that neutral signature slide charge. Ends up getting punished by the nair from Boomie. Boomie's really playing the offstage.
Not going to kill.
Nope. Goes for another one.
He was struggling to kill a little bit with that earlier. That's going to be even worse here on Shipwreck.
High ceiling. Falling snares. Trying to deny jumps. You see him trying to just stay parallel to Wrench. The down air, not quite enough just
There's
yet.
The
weapon toss,
yeah. He was trying to babysit Wrench back to the stage. I love when Foda came up. Well, I don't know if he came up with that term, but he was the first person that I saw or heard use the term in that sense. That's such a fantastic. I always want to give him credit for that because that's a fantastic way to put it.
Boomie getting some good damage onto Wrench second stock. Nair, turnaround. Goes for the quick dash jump ground pound.
Neutral Sig trying to cover the high recovery.
You got launched. Weapon toss.
That Knicks defense, is he going to have enough? Uses the dodge to gravity cancel into a side signature to give him the most lateral movement
most horizontal movement.
It wasn't even really close to being enough, but a dodge would have been even further away. Boomie with a full stock lead in game 4.
And you saw him cleaning up his play. It was, I believe, game 1 where he went for that down light ground pound, and didn't hit the second ground pound that time. Able to convert onto both of them. And that is a massive lead for Boomie.
Last blast of the downlight coming into contact with Wrench. Man, that weapon toss that disarmed Boomie was at the perfect time because in came that weapon spawn, dropped right at Boomie's feet. He was able to pick up the scythe without having to play hardly any unarmed whatsoever. Reaching out for the dare, doesn't hit Wrench, that neutral signature. Wrench has been so close with that probably would have led to a kill 2 times now. He's been unsuccessful, though, every time so far against Boomie.
Yeah, Boomie's been doing a really good job of avoiding those neutral signatures from Wrench. You know how badly Wrench wants it. He's gone for it a couple of times. He's even gone for setups for that neutral signature. But Boomie just doing such a good job playing around it.
And that's what Boomie needs to do because that neutral signature, I mean, you've seen it so many times before. It's devastating. You see stocks get deleted by that neutral signature, riding the wall all the way down. Ground pounding Boomie, wrenched halfway, 2/3 through this final stock. Winning this game puts him into grand finals.
It is such a strong position to be on the upper side of grand finals because once you're there, you only have to win one set. If you lose one set, then you get a second one, and then you get another best of 5.
Also, you don't have to go down into the losers finals and play again and then come back up.
Yeah.
Like Wrench will be able to sit down and have 2 sets worth. The losers final set and the losers semifinal set to just think about what he's going to do in grands if he wins.
I think that was Creed who was screaming at the down sigs. Oh no. Signatures coming out from Wrench.
Both players
one more hit. That is it.
And Wrench taking out Boomie. Now up 6-5 in career sets against Boomie, breaking that tie that was reached at DreamHack Dallas just a few months ago. Wrenched Is he going to do it? Is Wrench
Is
going to win
this
CEO?
the
Is he
one?
finally going to do it?
Is this the one? Wrench has been so close to finishing in tournaments again.
This
gets in the top 2 seat.